So you're really in Philly.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear in the background here the cars going around, the planes overhead, the kids in the background playing.
Yeah, we're in the city. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and we have like 3 acres. It's cool. So I'm Adrian Galbraith Paul. I'm the farmer at Heritage Farm. I am from Philadelphia originally and live here now. I was a political science major in college, and now I'm growing here. The farm's been around. Heritage Farm was started in, I guess, 6 years ago. So about 2012 was the first year, and it's part of this Methodist Service community, which is housing for formerly homeless women that have aged out of foster care, with the goal of really connecting mothers with their families. So the farm is integrated into those programs. So we do, we donate a lot of produce on site, and a lot of the people that work on the farm or volunteer on the farm live on site as well. And then we also sell to a lot of restaurants.
Yeah.
We were the first orphanage old age home combinations in the country.
Oh, really?
Built right after the Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the total acreage of Methodist Services site is 21 acres. So it's pretty big.
Yeah.
Maybe a third of that is covered by buildings. And there's a good amount of fields, playgrounds for different things that we do. There's a swimming pool here. And then the farm is, I would say we're growing vegetables on 2 acres. And we have probably another acre of orchard berries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, and then we have, a bunch of these rain gardens everywhere, which are kind of like planted with lots of trees and bushes. They built the water holding plant for the city, maybe 50 years ago, upstream, dug out all of the creek, like all of that stuff that had collected in the creek for forever.
Yeah. And
silty sand, and moved it here. So it's like,
yeah.
I mean, it sparkles.
Oh, it's got weird. Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. It's got a lot of minerals in it.
I like.
Yeah. So, because that's why everything is flat.
Yes. Gotcha. Yeah.
It was a baseball field until about 5 years ago.
Okay.
I was living in Philly, doing sort of urban ag, smaller scale gardening stuff, and was sort of helping Heritage sell some produce, and then they just kind of hired me. And I just started working here all the time, and they couldn't let me go. So we're pretty small right now. We're really, I'm full-time, and we probably have another 30 work hours on the farm a week, and that'll balloon up to probably another, I would say maybe 120 work hours a week from a number of different people on the farm. And then we get a lot of different volunteer groups coming through here.
Cool.
So maybe once or twice a week we'll have 10, 15 people on the farm for an hour or two.
Yeah.
So I'm super inspired by the whole Korean natural farming practices, where basically we are trying to make all of our own fertilizers. So we're making a fish emulsion where we're taking waste salmon and fermenting it. It's called fish amino acid. Fermenting it with sugar and leaf mulch. It's all like fermented. It's mixed with salmon waste. So you can see. This is like our main nitrogen source.
That smells rich.
We get a lot of coffee grounds for free.
Yep.
And then it's mostly coffee grounds and a few other things in
look
here.
at those worms.
Oh,
they are loving that.
Yeah. So yes, just a sifter.
Nice, and you just crank it right down.
Good stuff goes down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And all the other stuff then just falls out the end.
Falls at the end. I usually leave this wheelbarrow there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then this is like potting amendment mostly.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. And then some biological inoculants, lactobacillus bacteria that we make from milk, and then these IMOs, indigenous microorganisms. So this is just fungus basically collected from the woods, healthy woods, and then propagated onto rice, and then mixed with sugar, and then inoculated onto wheat bran.
Really? And then
Yeah.
you'll spread that over the entire farm?
So we'll mix this into our potting mix.
Okay.
Especially like when we like pot up tomatoes, peppers, eggplants, and stuff. And then we will probably use it like for like a compost tea inoculant.
Okay.
And then also probably apply it with our tomatoes, like right before we put plastic on.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of this, and maybe a little bit of compost, and then
Gotcha.
plastic. We actually just got an NRCS grant, conservation, a SIG grant.
Yeah.
And so the idea is we're using Stropharia to break down soil organic carbon, to break down wood chips into soil organic carbon.
Cool.
And then I have friends of mine run a small mushroom farm, so we basically take their waste blocks after they've fruited a few times, and these shiitakes will probably fruit in the mid-summer. You can see, pretty vigorous Stropharia growth there, and that will probably fruit earlier.
Okay.
In the spring, and I've actually used this as a mulch before, just done 6 inches of wood chips and Stropharia. Done it a whole year, and then planted tomatoes, dug super deep into it.
And how did that seem to work for you?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Because that's always my been concern with the wood chips is them plant nitrogen, but I guess if you go deep enough, you're fine.
Yeah. And the Stropharia helps break down the carbon. So the carbon isn't interacting with the soil so much. It's not like we're mixing the wood chips in. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a layer on top.
Yeah. And then additionally, for our longer season fruiting crops, I will make like a water soluble calcium, water soluble potassium calcium, and water soluble azomite. And so I just wanted to have something for some other things as well. So collards, Chinese cabbage, kale, some chicories, and our onions.
Yeah, and then you prick them out into other trays.
We'll either prick them out into other trays, or we might even just go in there and dig them and plant them when they're pretty young into the field.
Okay.
I'm not really sure what we'll do. Maybe a little bit of both.
Now, do you have heat mats underneath this?
No.
But you could.
I could. That would be good. Yeah, I mean,
you could take one of those soil de-icing cable or roof de-icing cables.
Yeah.
That would work
that'd
really
be
well.
cool. Yeah, we have this little heater here.
Yeah.
Which you actually recommend. I remember I had asked you.
And how does that work?
That works well. And then we have this little guy here, which is actually currently on, and then this is just, so this is our germination chamber. So I keep the greenhouse at 42 at night, and then I keep in here at 65, 70. So,
cool.
I'll just close this up.
Yep. And then that's done for the night.
Yep, exactly. That's sort of what we do all of our work with. And a buddy of mine built this for me. We kind of designed it together.
Yep.
And yeah, so it's just like a frame that's super adjustable.
Nice.
Wheels are adjustable.
Yep.
All these housings are adjustable.
Yep.
And then everything can just get
popped right off.
Popped off so easily.
Nice. Yeah.
So, yeah. So we do this setup, and then I have these chisel plows right here.
Yeah.
That will just pop on for more primary tillage.
Nice. And then you got tines in the back that you can...
Tines in a little bed shaper, and then this will go on sometimes or sometimes not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then you got the little tiny tiller. Do you ever use that at all?
I haven't used that in 2 years.
All right. So you roll out with this.
Yeah. So when we direct seed, we'll roll out the seed beds with this for good seed to soil contact, and then when we transplant, I'll just take these guys and wrap them around the base of this. This is like a sewer PVC pipe.
Yep.
And then attach like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then those stick right out.
These stick right out, and they're just dibblers. So we do it head lettuce, salanova, all those different things. Works super well. We're just not carried by everyone because Nults and Rainflow don't have them.
Yeah, they just plop right on.
You can turn it on. You can see it.
Yeah, that'd be cool if we can.
I think I got them from Berry Hill Irrigation. Yep, shoots it around. Yeah.
There you go. These things are supposedly pretty waterproof. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. I never knew they had something like that. See, that's why I go to farms. I learn something new every time.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. The idea was for people in cities as an alternative to raised beds.
Oh.
So they are just, landscaping fabric attached to wire,
Yep.
fencing, and then filled with soil. I tried to mix it with some vermiculite.
And you can
moss.
plant all the way around it.
You can plant all the way around it and on top.
Yep.
So you get a little bit more planting surface. And maybe it's
And
especially good if you're like on a rooftop or something and you're like a home gardener.
Yeah.
Maybe it works, yeah.
A lot of weight per square foot, though.
A lot of weight. Yeah, and for us, it's always been the last thing that we would ever work with.
Yep. But it looks like the basil did.
Yeah, things do well on it. It's really hard to water consistently.
Okay.
So I've been trialing different methods of just, having...
Oh, sinking that right in the middle with little holes.
And then I was pretty excited about this, and it worked out. And it probably would have worked if I was more anal about taking care of it.
Yep.
I haven't looked in here in a while, but I hollowed out one of these.
Yep.
And as we were filling it, I put wood chips down the entire center, and then I put worms. Oh, they're so long. I put worms in there, and I would feed coffee grounds and stuff in here.
Oh.
And so the idea was I was thinking that if someone could have a vermicompost system in their planting system, it'd be pretty cool. You'd be able to throw all your trash here, cover it up, your worms be feeding, you would water it, and your nutrients would leach out into the whole thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. Salad greens, turnips, radishes. We have so many praying mantises here. So I have egg sacs that have kind of hung everywhere on the farm. They're
let's
in
see
all of the tunnels, they're in all the fields. I just have these are kind of up so they don't get wet, but
Nice.
yeah.
So you collect them and then bring them right inside?
Yep. Yeah, actually these all came from inside. We had a bunch of peppers in this tunnel and they just were loaded with egg sacs.
Okay.
Yeah. These challenges, I think, learning on the fly is always a challenge, a very engaging challenge of just, there's always a new problem or why is something not working and having to solve that. So there's just becoming a grower, becoming a farmer. Those are just endless challenges of learning new things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely been, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's constant.
Yeah, it's constant, yeah.
So.